The short game is all about controlling the speed and controlling the loft on the golf club. And in today's video, I've got for you an awesome exercise to improve your greenside pitching. Make sure you check out this video. So that felt pretty solid there, and you can see finished nice and close to. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in the studio, and today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all about short pitching, and I'm going to talk about controlling the pitch shots by really getting the arms a bit more connected to what the body is doing. And I'm going to jump straight into the exercise and show you what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be holding the wedge with my trail hand, my hand that's furthest away from the target. So as a right-handed golfer, I'm dominant with my right hand. That's going to be the one on the golf club. But with my lead hand that's closest to the target, I'm just going to be holding my trail elbow. And what I'm trying to get the feeling of is allowing it to soften a little bit more in the backswing so it stays closer to my rib cage. And then we're going to try and keep my arms more connected to my body speed. So we're not getting the arms working independently or the body out racing the arms. We're trying to feel that connection. Short game on a 25-yard pitch shot I've got here is not about distance. It's not about who hits it the furthest. It's all about controlling the speed, controlling the loft of the golf club. If this video is helpful, please hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to my channel. At least 2 instructional videos a week, and the info for my social media, lots of helpful info on there as well, coming along the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and hit one doing this. And the idea is to, as I said, allow my trail arm to soften, to stay closer to my rib cage. As what I see as a fault with a number of golfers is the arm working too far away from the body, a little bit independent from here. And then we're trying to put a lot of the speed through the shaft rather than really through the body rotation here. So I want to feel like that trail elbow softens, stays closer connected to my rib cage. As my trail arm softens here, you'll see I managed to get a little bit more loft on the club, as well as a number of golfers, when they're pitching, are actually going back with this trail arm too straight, disconnected, and they tend to keep the club face a little bit more closed. And that's taking the loft off, that's getting the ball to start for me as a right-hander too far to the left, and it's also taking the bounce off the golf club. So they're starting to go in with the leading edge here, digging into the ground rather than hitting the bottom or hitting the ground with the trailing edge of the wedge, where we're starting to use the bounce correctly. They're going in with more of a digging edge. We tend to see there, of course, bigger divots. So this is really going to help connect my trail arm to my body and help me get some loft on the golf club, where I'm seeing the toe of the golf club a little bit more airborne, okay, a little bit more pointing up the leading edge, almost a little bit more vertical. In a full normal shot, I'd expect and want to see the leading edge matching my spine. And we can definitely get away with that pitching. I wouldn't want to see the face pointing more down. But if we're going to go either way, I'd prefer to see a little bit more loft on the club. And then we're really connecting our arms to our body through rotation. So the speed is rotational speed. It's not hands and arms working independently. As I said, I've got here 27 yards to the pin. And what I'm going to do, actually it doesn't really matter wearing a glove, seeing as my left hand isn't going to be on the golf club. So, normal pitching setup, I've got the ball just forwards the centre. I've got my sternum over the ball, so a little bit more pressure onto my left side. I'm holding my trail arm, and I'm just allowing it to soften in towards my rib cage and connecting it with rotation on the way through. So that felt pretty solid there, and you can see finished nice and close to the flag. A lot of loft created. So most of that time was airborne, not low along the ground there. So it flew most of its distance. Yeah, very happy with that one. I've got a nice setting here if you haven't noticed. So we're on the 6th hole at Pebble Beach with the sea behind us there. So I'm allowing my arm to soften. That's helping me keep the loft or maintain the loft on the golf club. And then I'm rotating with my body, really connecting my arm speed to my body speed. Another one felt good, probably a little bit more at the target. Going to finish up there just a couple of yards short. But great sensation, as I said, of elbow is connected to the rib cage here, and then my speed is through body rotation rather than the hands and arms working independently. As I said at the start there, pitching is not about who can hit it the furthest. It's controlling the speed, it's controlling the distance, it's controlling the loft. And this exercise, holding that trail arm, allowing it to soften, and then really matching your arm speed to your body rotation is going to work wonders for your short game. So let me hit one without that. I'm going to get that same feeling of allowing my trail arm to soften and then my body rotating. There's different ways of thinking about activating and rotating your body. I've always liked the thought of my lead shoulder, so my left shoulder here, just moving up and left through impact. So as that does that movement, my chest, my hips are starting to rotate, my handle is starting to move on a nice arc around me. So I'm going to allow that arm to soften so it's close to my body, and I'm going to focus on that rotation with my lead shoulder. So got that one down the target line, actually a little lower out of the club than I would have liked. Direction not bad at all. Distance very good, so it's within a yard of the flag there, so I can't complain too much, but it was a little bit too close to that second groove for me. So I'm just connecting that body, rotation through. One last one. And again, happy with that one. Just on target, couple of yards short, but really got that sensation of what I want to feel with that trail arm, softening, staying closer to my rib cage, and then connecting my arm speed with my body there in terms of that rotation. As I mentioned at the start, if you're new to my channel, you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can. When you're subscribing, if you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live, and I'll see you guys soon.